Hello everyone, welcome to our multimedia presentation. We are from group 7. There is me, Fariana, Afiqah, Natasha, and Denise. So as you can see on our screen, the topic today is talent management, and we will discuss about a case study of KEF Foundation. So let me start by explaining about the definition of the talent management. Okay, talent management is basically how the employers recruit and develop a workforce that as productive as possible, and then they can retain for a long time in an organization. Put it simply is that the organization is investing in the most important resource of the organization, which is its people. Okay, so for example, like the bank, right? When they transfer from manual system to automatic system, like nowadays we can log in and do everything in our mobile. So in that case, right, the bank need to recruit the right candidates. For example, like the management and the online customer service. And the second example is like during COVID period, then most organizations were actually transformed into online working system. So in that case, they have to recruit an IT personnel that can create and manage a platform, and then to train every employees to how to work together to keep the productivity. Okay, then we go to the key components of the talent management, started by workforce planning, which is to set the required skills. And then the second is talent acquisition, which is to recruit the right candidates. And then after that, go to the onboarding and engagement, which is to introduce the employees, the workforce culture, and to let them feel connected with the environment. Then after that goes to the development, which is the organization will provide a training, a development to the employees to support their career. And then goes to the performance management, which is to review their performance. And then after that, the succession planning, which is to create a plan for the next step of the employee future. For example, like retirement or career advancement, like that. Okay, so then after that, we go to the importance of the talent management. Why talent management is important? Because a strategic talent management can create an employer's brand that can attract the top talents. Because if you able to attract the top talents, the talents will like working, I mean, in the right direction of the company's goals, and then it can help the employee to keep motivated, and then it also equip the companies to be able to have critical skills to hire high specialized roles. And then the increased employee performance, which is it identifies. So strategic talent management can identify, it can help the organization to identify the best employee that with the best suited job. And then since it can like create a consistent decisions about the development of the employees, so there is a fair procedure of the development there. Then because of this fair procedure of development of the employees, then it can make the employees to sustain in the company. So it can create a high level retention in the organizations. Then it can also improve business performance, and then it can create a higher client satisfaction due to the organizational consistent management approach. Okay, then the next will be continued by Natasha.
Thank you, Fariana. That was a very insightful sharing on talent management. And indeed, the people of an organization makes it what it is. So now, I will be introducing the Kaivalya Education Foundation, also known as the KEF, and the two programs that are interrelated, which is the Principal Leadership Development Program, PLDP, and Gandhi Fellowship Program, GFP. So through this case study, we are able to further understand how essential talent management is and what are the steps to ensure that the talent management in an organization is done constructively. So KEF was founded in 2007 with the objective of creating synergy between schools, the government, and other stakeholders in order to provide high quality education to specifically the primary and middle school levels in various states and districts. So the foundation involves multiple sectors with different specialties, which is beneficial in a way that they can tap on each other's expertise and come up with a variety of initiatives or suggestions to make a significant change in the education system. Next would be the PLDP, which is the Principal Leadership Development Program. So leadership skills can be taught and developed over time, and with sufficient training, it enables leaders to think innovatively and be amicably persuasive towards their peers or colleagues. So in a period of 3 years, the PLDP aims to enhance the managerial and supervision skills of former senior teachers, which have then been newly appointed as new school headmasters. So these two programs is interdependent of each other, in the sense that the headmasters would visit the fellows daily to ensure that both parties are on the same page throughout the development journey, and that there are workshops available for them to participate in and discuss or reflect on their experiences. So next would be the GFP, which is the Gandhi Fellowship Program. It is created to nurture young talents in India to effectively work alongside the headmasters in the near future. These programs provide the youth with the opportunity to have an overview of existing social concerns and subsequently train them to become future leaders through induction and immersion programs. So the GFP is a form of preparation for them to explore their career options and to decide which path they would be most interested and committed to. So talent management issues can be costly for an organization. So following this would be the issues that me, Denise, and myself will be addressing. So if talent management is not being properly managed in the early stages, a lot of time and resources will be wasted. So this can result in the organization from being able to move forward progressively. So the first issue would be in terms of the recruitment processes, which is the first step in building a strong workforce. So with ineffective recruitment strategies, the organization might have trouble sourcing for top talents, as mentioned by Fariana earlier on. Every stage of the recruitment process should be done meticulously, such as the interview stage, where organizations should make the effort to provide a good first impression. And then in order to really portray what the organization's culture is really like. So secondly, according to a Forbes report, 8 out of 10 leaders mentioned how challenging it is to hire the right candidates at this current time as compared to 5 years ago. So this is crucial to properly recruit potential candidates to fully maximize job satisfaction and significantly increase the organization's productivity levels. Without having the right team in place, this can eventually lead to high turnover rates due to the mismatch between the beliefs of the individual and organization. Excessive turnovers can affect the morale of the organization, as experienced employees will need time to take on extra tasks while the new team member attains proficiency. Following that, it can reflect poorly on the organization image, as potential future candidates might have the impression that the organization is not worth working for in the long run. So now, Denise will explain further on the talent management issues we have discovered based on our case study.
Yes, okay, so thank you, Natasha. So this is a summary of the KEF issues that she has mentioned. Now I explain the issue based on the KEF case study. So for PLTB, there is quite a straightforward talent management issue that we can identify, and that will be managing changes. From the outside, when you read about it, it seems like a good news that there is a program that is specifically catered to target the long-going problem of unqualified principals. Next slide, please. The principals in India are usually just senior teachers who get promoted. In most cases, they have also no knowledge and training about being a leader of the school. And also, to make things worse, they also have little to no interest in making the learning environment in school for the better. So with that leadership in place, the school will never grow and will never excel in producing knowledgeable kids. So one good thing is that they have discovered that this is an internal process for change, and they took the necessary step to change it from within. However, at the end of the day, the question will be whether the change works. Some leaders are determined to do things their way and don't see the problem at all, leading to resistance for change. Resistance for change is not something new that every organization faces, especially when they have long-working employees that are so used to doing it the old way and don't see the need for upgrading as long as it delivers the same end result. So next, I'll share about the TM issues for Gandhi Fellowship Program. Next slide. As we know, Gandhi Fellowship Program is a 2-year residential journey for graduates. Research has shown that the program tends to select and accept students who are from middle-class households, and very few of them comes from affluent and lower-income households. If they were to widen their recruitment bandwidth, they might find hidden gems or talents that they would have missed out if they continue with the current practice. Not many people have the privilege to go to top colleges due to monetary issues, and even if they have the knowledge and skills, where some of them might even be brighter than the top college students. What they could have done from the start is to begin the sourcing and acceptance with equity, being open and welcoming to people with different backgrounds. This will help them build up their reputation of being sincerely finding and grooming talents to be the next change for the public education system. The Gandhi Fellowship Program has also been aiming to recruit the brightest and the best people from the top 50 colleges in India. Similarly, monetary issue might have prevented a student from being enrolled into the top college. Many of these students are not interested in the fellowship due to the lack of motivation and lack of interest for school change. The program simply did not match the job satisfaction that these students are looking for. Instead, they should be opening it up to every student or youth in the country and not only targeting this group of youths from the top colleges. Moreover, the monthly stipends of those who attend this program poses the issue about scientific management due to the low income. Many would rather use this time to go out and work to earn a living for themselves. Lastly, they ought to have managed changes well. With expansion, the program is expanding to different locations in the country. And with that, the issue for standardization across countries are increasing too. As one location implements a change, all locations should follow suit to ensure fairness and standard. In this case, the leaders should attend courses and meetings frequently to keep up with the market and discuss lesson plans. Changes should be agreed by the majority before implementing it and making sure all the locations follow suit. This way, everyone who attends the Gandhi Fellowship Program will learn and graduate with the same knowledge. Okay, so next, Afiqah will be sharing more about the recommendations.
Okay, thank you, Denise. I'll be presenting the recommendations where KEF can improve on. So firstly, the performance appraisal. There are, next slide. There are 4 steps to be established, which are expectations and rules, measuring and evaluating the performance, providing feedback and implementing an action. Based on KEF, the GF fellows are allowed to conduct any plans on changes with the guidance of their leaders and gaining feedback through self-reflection and peers experience. So to improve the performance appraisal, KEF should provide a systematic guideline and rules, as it will help to ease the analyzation and continue to improvise based on the standard plan. Also, a formal feedback from the leaders are required. This is because they have a better view of the project and able to see if the reflection of the peers are applicable to their own project. Next recommendation is the learning and development. So it is the company's responsibility to follow up with the employees' goals and performance. In order to maintain and support the growth of GF, KEF should communicate more with their employees to learn their interest in developing their skills. They could offer feedbacks regularly so that the employees will know what to improve on. Also, KEF should sign their employee up for a networking event where they can gain more knowledge and have a better communication with others. The third recommendation is recruitment and selection. So KEF would like to hire the best candidates, and to determine the best, they have 3 stages of recruitment process: the application form, the telephonic interview, and the final personal interview. So it is a good process, but it can actually demoralize the candidates as it takes time to finalize the selection, and it gives a high pressure to them. So to simplify and speed up the process, KEF should conduct 2 stages of recruitment: an application form that includes generic questions which could challenge the candidate's mind, and recruit team will then analyze and evaluate the application before calling these suitable candidates for the final interview. So the last recommendation is the funding. So KEF is seeking out for investors or funders that are willing to do a long-term contract. This is because they would like to maintain their ongoing programs, especially with the increase of fellows. However, the investors or funders could not guarantee their loyalty to the program. So instead of immediate long-term funds or investment, KEF can start with a 6 months to 1 year contract. This is to prove that KEF is worthy and also to build the trust of the funders and investors. So once the contract ends, KEF can try to offer their long-term contract with terms and conditions. And for instance, if the investor decided to withdraw the contract but is yet to reach the minimum of 3 years, KEF can sue them for not following the terms and conditions. And now the last part of the presentation is the team's conclusion. So talent management is an essential part of the business, and it requires the leader's strong and consistent support in order to make a change. Also, to succeed together with the organization, it requires more engagement and motivation between the employees and the leaders. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.